Conservative leader Andrew Scheer says if he becomes prime minister, he would not reopen the debate on abortion or same-sex marriage. This comes after the Liberals circulated that 14-year-old video last week of Scheer giving a speech in the House of Commons opposing same-sex marriage. But Scheer says the issue is settled.
Canadians can have confidence that these issues will not be reopened under a future Conservative government. And it's really just the Liberals who are pushing this, trying to distract from their record of failure, corruption, and scandal.
It's not enough to reluctantly support the law because it's a law, especially when it comes to the rights of women and LGBTQ communities.
The Prime Minister has accused the Conservatives of not being clear on their stance on abortion or same-sex marriage laws. Danielle Smith from 770 CHQR joins us this morning to continue the conversation on this story. Danielle, what do you make of it all?
Well, I think people are asking Andrew Scheer to renounce being a Catholic if he wants to run for office. And we have to ask ourselves the question, is that reasonable? I mean, I look at Jagmeet Singh. He is obviously a devout Sikh. He wears a turban as a recognition of that. If you go into a Sikh temple, they don't do gay marriage. They don't endorse abortion. Would anyone put Jagmeet Singh through the same ringer and ask him to give up his faith in order to be elected to public office? I think we've got a double standard happening here. And I think it goes back to anyone who has had a long career in public life, then they, especially with an evolving discussion, they're bringing back comments that he made expressing his view, which is coincident with his Catholic faith back in 2005. But I think there has to be some recognition that we allow for the fact that some people in their private practice, in the religion that they join, in the communities that they have, in the faith-based way in which they raise their families, they can separate that from what they want to achieve in public life. I think that his opponents are really trying to muddy the waters here, acting as if because he has these views as a Catholic, that he's going to impose them when he gets into public office. And there's no reason to believe that that would be the case. That would be the first thing. The second thing is that there seems to be a lot being made of whether or not he would allow private members to put bills forward. It would be pretty shocking if a leader said, no, every private member's bill generated from my caucus, I'm going to put the kibosh on. I'm going to make sure that I rewrite it, I edit it, I approve it. I mean, this is one of the reasons why Stephen Harper lost an MP a few years ago, is they felt that he was too controlling. If you're going to, on the one hand, respect that individual MPs have a right to bring forward private members' business, you can't then, on the other hand, say, but if they do something I don't like, will you as leader clamp down on them? So I think there's some really unrealistic expectations being put on Andrew Scheer. And I'm quite glad that they fought back, saying that there's 13 sitting Liberal MPs who also voted against same-sex marriage back in 2005. We've recognized that people have moved on from the debate, and we'll see whether or not, I'm going to put it to my audience today, see whether or not his press conference yesterday put it all to rest.
Danielle Smith, Global News Radio, thanks for taking some time.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.